Midland Mayor Gord McKay is our guest this week. It's good to have you here.
Tony, a real pleasure.
Thanks for coming in. Of course, the town turned a really historic page almost a week ago tonight when it switched from the Midland Police to the OPP. First of all, talk to me about the loss of an institution of over a century and really what that means.
It is a very important part of our town. 125 years of municipal policing. A lot of people, of course, know members of the police. They've had families serve in the police. So it is quite something to give up 125 years of history. So very important to the town.
Of course, there's a debate. There are two sides of the debate. What do you say to residents who feel that, for whatever reason so far, this hasn't gone smoothly?
Well, in terms of having not gone smoothly, I think a lot of residents would say it has gone precisely smoothly. It goes back over 4 years, so people had time to prepare for this, and it started out with this question of just what is the cost of policing in our town. So with that information available, we moved on to the next question as to the quality of policing. And we've got a small police force. We had about 24 officers in uniform, and the challenges of trying to police a community of 17,000 people with that number just presented more and more difficulties. So it was time to look at other solutions.
I know that as the conversation went along, it wasn't you made it clear that it wasn't just about any cost savings that could be achieved. It was also about the deeper resources that you could access with the OPP. So give us a sense of what the difference maker really is in this case.
Well, the difference, it comes back, I said, to the quality of the policing, and this comes back to numbers too. That you've got to be able to field a certain number of police, 724, and as you get to a smaller police force, you just don't have the flexibility. So some people may be off on administrative leave, some may be off on sick leave and this sort of thing. So the numbers get smaller and smaller, and there's increasing pressure on those officers who are still in place to deliver the services we all expect. So this was a major challenge in terms of the quality of the service level. In terms of individuals, we have the best police force in the world with the MPS and also with the OPP.
So, you know, inside Town Hall, this must have been a very emotional few months because you're talking about significant changes to what people are doing, employees who've been around for a long time who aren't anymore. How did that work in terms of managing that transition? Because it must have been difficult.
It is. There's no two ways about it. You're dealing with people, and each and every person has a story and a relationship to what's going on with them. Some have transitioned to the OPP. Others, unfortunately, were not accepted by the OPP and have to move on in life and find something else. So individually, yes, it's quite upsetting. The good news is that we have put in place and are following mechanisms to make sure there's appropriate salary continuation, benefits continuation, training and for job and placement and these sorts of things. So all of that is in place and working, and we're doing the best we can with the change situation.
All right, let's look ahead to the future then. Mayor McKay, how will you know that this was a success? How will you know that it's working?
Well, I guess in two ways. First of all, we will look for the quality of policing, the level of policing, to make sure that the issues of our community are being dealt with in a proper fashion. So that will happen day in and day out, and we'll receive regular reports through the OPP as to what is happening with our town. And plus, as a mayor, you receive all sorts of reports from your citizens. The second one we will track, of course, is the financial aspects. One of the major drivers for this was, are we going to realize those $1 million in savings on an annual basis? So it'll take some time to get into that state where we can actually see the operational benefit, but we will also track financially.
Okay, well, we'll follow the story as well, and we appreciate you coming in to discuss this with us today. Midland Mayor Gord McKay, thank you.
Tony, a real pleasure.
Good to see you, and if you'd like to see any of our Newsmaker interviews, head to our